Hey, it's Sol. It is November 23rd, 2018. This is Warcraft Weekly, and okay, actually, it is not November 23rd. It's right now, I'm recording this on a Wednesday. It's the 21st, but I don't want to leave you lonely, okay? By the time you see this video, I'm going to be out of town, so this recording is going to feel a little awkward. It's going to be a little bit out of date, and to celebrate the awkwardness, I mean, why pretend? So as I'm packing up and getting ready for this weird American holiday, I'm going to round up some of the news, cover a couple of topics, and then, well, I'm going to let you folks enjoy your weekend. So let's get right into it, starting with some of the official previews that Blizzard is finally putting out for patch 8.1 Tides of Vengeance. 2 new islands for island expeditions are going to come out. They look fantastic. They are islands, okay? I mean, I like them, but I don't do them. They're like micro holidays, as in I mostly skip them. I tend to overlook them, which is interesting because unlike micro holidays, island expeditions are a major expansion feature. And they're tied to a currency that is involved with another major expansion feature. If I go even further back to like Mist of Pandaria, you can compare island expeditions to good old scenarios. I mean, scenarios were kind of cool. You went to this far off place, hidden away from everything else. You completed some objectives, you farmed for some stuff like Valor. You know, Valor was a thing. Although, if you were already kept on Valor, then you pretty much had no use to go to scenarios. And well, okay, I guess this is the same thing. But for those of you who are interested in island expeditions, there are plenty of awesome new cosmetics coming out. There are a few new gameplay elements which I'm not going to talk about. You might as well just get surprised by them instead. But the hope and promise is that they're going to be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more dynamic. It's not just going to be the same old cluster of Azeroth dudes, you know, bulking up and be like, come and farm me. It's going to be a little bit different. The first PvP season of the Battle for Azeroth is going to end not when we think. Season 2 is going to begin with the opening of the Battle of Dazar Olor raid, which is sometime January-ish of 2019. I think these days Blizzard has reached a pretty comfortable level, and maybe we players have not quite reached this comfortable level of the launch of a patch celebrating the groundwork of what is actually to come, which is the upcoming season for PvP and raids and dungeons. So think of patches like 8.1 as the soft open for a restaurant that's like, hey, you know, come on over folks, come on in, subscribe, and come on in, we got ice cream and warfronts. Oh. But I suppose it's kind of been like that for a while. The patch launch is just the patch launch. It's not the entire content and delivery launch because of time gating. Oh no. So it's still going to be a while. There are plenty of opportunities to still max out that little bar and get yourself that sweet PvP mount. And speaking of the upcoming patch and the end of the season, there are continued nerfs going into Mythic Uldir. Pretty hefty nerfs are coming in the forms of target changes, reduced health, and damage. Now this furthers the narrative that I was talking about last week, where now that we have the full Hall of Fame going, now that we're getting close to patch time and the launch of the next raid, Blizzard seems to be taking a look at the data and seeing, well, where are guilds still struggling at in Mythic Uldir, providing some targeted nerfs and pushing folks to, you know, hurry along their way. I still kind of find this interesting, and for those of you who had raided Mythic Emerald Nightmare or any of the first raids of each expansion, at least from my observations here, because I'm not a Mythic raider, this particular instance for a first raid of an expansion, this seems to be a little bit harder than previous ones. I'd love to know what you think about this or anything else that I'm talking today, so please feel free to leave a comment below. The last thing to talk about in this short week, because it is fully expected that there's not going to be a build. I mean, goodness, if they deploy a build now, the day before Thanksgiving, There's an article from gaming publication Kotaku that talks about Blizzard, the state of Diablo, and the state of the relationship between Blizzard and its parent company, Activision Blizzard. There was one part of the article that was pulled out and otherwise dissected by the good old folks over at Wowhead. Let me repeat that these are alleged and unconfirmed reports, as in the sources wanted to stay anonymous, so they're not on the record. But apparently, within Blizzard is a team called Incubation, and what they do is develop brand new IPs. These are all experiments, concepts, pet projects, and some of it includes, here come the downvotes, mobile gaming. We do know at a very high level, thanks to a statement from Alan Adam, who is an executive producer at Blizzard, that they are in fact working on mobile IPs for all their franchises, including Warcraft. I don't know if mobile gaming is going to be the future. I'm fairly confident that things like consoles and PC, that stuff isn't exactly going to go away. However, mobile gaming has a presence. It's here. There are certain things that I would refuse to see on a mobile device. Like, I don't anticipate seeing a full-fledged MMO translation of WoW, the MMO, onto the mobile device. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, well, shucks, I'm done doing my raid here on the desktop. Let me disconnect here and I'm gonna do some other WoW related stuff on my phone. I really would not want that. Even with something like the Legion Companion app, where all it really did was facilitate your order hall stuff, I felt a little bit uncomfortable with that. But keep in mind that Warcraft is a franchise. It's not just the World of Warcraft. It is so much more than that. It's not just an MMO, it's an RTS that's getting a remix pretty soon. It comes in the form of comics and novels, it has a movie. So whatever appears on a mobile platform, my first expectation is that it's going to be something that stands on its own. I really don't expect it to have some sort of interconnectivity with the World of Warcraft, at least not yet. I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of separate adventure that has a little bit to do with the Warcraft franchise, but not necessarily with the MMO. If anything, I wouldn't mind seeing something like pet battling just evolve beyond the World of Warcraft and move its way to mobile somehow. Like, if we can take our pets and have them fight, you know, just load them up onto the phone and you're walking around and, you know, kind of like, I think the Nintendo DS comes to mind, where when people with an active game or something like that, whenever they get close to each other, there's some sort of interaction. I would love to see pets like passively fight each other, like set up a team and see how well they do. But I would feel much less comfortable if you were to fight on your mobile device and your pets can level up that way, and then that translates back into the game. I wouldn't be as happy about that at all. I actually wouldn't mind if I can take my character's look and even their transmog, put that onto the phone, and kind of do the same thing, go on an entirely separated, disconnected adventure from the World of Warcraft and just kind of do their own mobile thing, like they go around and fight stuff. I have to walk to a location, and hey, it happens to be a cave, and I like do stuff, and I get coins for like nothing, but it has nothing to do with the MMO. I just want to make sure that whatever happens, that they don't really have that sort of communication. But I don't know, some people are extremely militant about it and they refuse to have anything mobile. It's like, mobile is Satan or something. While others don't mind so much, and I'm interested to see some cordial conversation take place in the comments below. I'd appreciate that. But I think I'm going to leave it at that and call this thing a wrap. So I want to thank all of you once again for making it to the end, and hey, give me a hell yeah or a heck yeah in case, you know, hell is not your thing. Double check that you're a subscriber, say that phrase in the comment below, and next week I'm going to announce 3 winners of a Whomper pet. Ooh. This week was definitely awkward and extremely frustrating with the internet going down and all the shenanigans that had happened with that. So I do apologize that I couldn't get some of the content that I wanted to get out this week out. Just stay tuned next week for that really awkward stuff. But it should be fun. We have that audio drama. I'm going to do some add-on features and talk a little bit more about patch 8.1 Tides of Vengeance. So I'll see you next week, and for those of you who are celebrating the holiday, happy Thanksgiving, and for those of you who are not, well, I'll see you soon. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay breezy.